Welcome to another action-packed episode. Inside the show, we deal with a multitude of topics, lures, and tactics. In segment 1, Rich Belanger and I slip into a protective cove to get a break from high winds and find some cooperative pike. After that, I'm hunting big bronzebacks along a break line on a large underwater sand and gravel bar. We then finish up with perhaps one of the most eventful musky features of the year that is full of surprises, including a terrific topwater strike. High winds and cove pike, break line big bar bronzebacks, and topwater twitching cover tight muskies. Stick around for all the action.
Fishing with Joe Bucher is brought to you by Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen. Evinrude E-Tech G2, the outboard that changed everything. St. Croix, best rods on earth. Yeti, built for the wild. Joe Bucher Outdoors, still #1 in big game fishing products. And by your Wisconsin Chevy dealers.
And like, oh, big gator.
Pike?
Yep.
Big one though. Oh, nice pike. Nice pike. Really good pike.
Broke in that new bucktail.
Oh, you can walk up here with that, Rich. There you go. Very nice. Nice way to open the show here, Rich. Man. Bucktail pike.
Well, he ate that right at the boat.
You caught 2 fish today, 2 pike today in figure eights.
Yeah. Yeah, one
Pike
turn
don't hit
around.
figure eights.
No, they don't. Everybody will tell you that. They don't hit an 8.
No, but you were proving them wrong.
Except on Lake of the Woods.
Except when Rich Belanger's on the rod. Great job. Well, that's a pretty good pike there, Rich.
That's a nice pike. There you go. Midnight musky?
Oh,
There's another one.
Is that another pike or is that a musky?
Pike.
Oh man, he clobbered that thing. He just clobbered it. Just clobbered it.
You see her come out of there?
Oh my gosh.
Like a rocket.
Come on up here, Rich. My goodness gracious. I mean, we just, you know, for a cold front, for a couple of old guys in the cold front, we're not doing too bad here.
We can't buy a muskie, but
Yeah, we can't buy a muskie. Oh boy, I better
we're
get
having
the
some fun with the pike.
I better get the
aren't we?
JBO jaw spreaders out on that one, huh?
It might be a, yeah.
Huh?
It might be a jaw spreader.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
They're just destroying it.
Violent. They're just so violent.
You know, it's funny because we were just discussing cold fronts and muskies.
Yeah, and then how these pikes saved the day for us, you know?
Because you can't count on the muskie.
No.
But the gators, you can count on.
Yep. And they seem to show up. There we go.
Okay, you got that part?
Yep.
It's like we were talking about. You get the cold front, the muskies disappear.
Yeah.
They won't cooperate. These things turn on.
That's for sure.
We've got a lot of big pike today.
Yeah.
On muskie stuff.
Absolutely.
In the same spots the muskies traditionally are.
That's what this segment's all about, folks, is catching muskies in cold fronts. And sometimes when you don't catch them, you're catching pike, and the pike move into the same spots.
Yeah, so you still have a ton of fun.
Yeah, we just have a ton of fun.
just
And you're
different.
catching them on musky baits.
Musky tackle.
Musky
Same
tackle.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Awesome.
It is. It is awesome.
The official music sponsor of all Fishing with Joe Bucher episodes is Yeti.
Oh. Heard a plane flying overhead and a boat behind me. Left my jig sit for a second and there's a fish on there. Yeah. Break line bronzebacks and the big structure. Find the big structure, find the big bass. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. See, this is, you know, what's really interesting about all this kind of fishing is I learned this stuff when I was a teenager, way back in the 60s. None of that changes, folks. It just doesn't change. You know, the concept, the basic fundamental concepts of fishing do not change. No. Including how tough these bronzebacks are. My goodness, they're tough. Look at that fish, isn't that a beauty? Wow. Wow, is that a hog? Fantastic fish. Just fantastic. Find the biggest structure in a lake, you'll find the biggest fish. These fish are really on this part of the break line. Really on this part of it. My goodness. My goodness. And this same concept that I'm talking about here applies to just about every game fish, especially the warm water game fish. Both of the basses, definitely the walleyes. Yeah. And of course the muskies too. Do they suspend? Yeah. Do all these fish suspend? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, still the old classic structure fishing, you just look for the largest structure on the lake. Look for the largest structure on the lake. Decipher, spend all of your time on that piece of water and nowhere else in the lake. You're gonna find some big fish of some kind. We'll be right back. There we go, it hit, that time it hit. More solid. Oh yeah. Just cleaning up on those bronzies. Break line bronzebacks. Major structure bronzebacks. Oh yeah. Yeah, you are a star, aren't you, huh? Mm-hmm. Man. Love it. Just love it. Such a great fish to catch. Gotta net this fish. He's bigger than I thought he was. There we go. There we go. Gotcha. Bigger than I thought he was. Yeah. Wacky jig. Broke the wire guard off of that on that fish. Fishing pretty clean bottom right in here though. Good boy, Brett, you got him. Got him. Come on up here, Brett. Come on up here. Come on up here. Cool. Ooh, that's a big one, Brett. That's a big one, Brett. Whoa, Brett. Whoa.
Got one.
You got one. Look at that, folks. See, sometimes, folks, when I get done filming, I let my cameraman catch fish. In this case, it's my grandson. This is my grandson, Brett, who brings you all those great shows. And on our 30th anniversary of fishing with Joe Bucher, here he is catching a big smallmouth on camera.
Yeah.
Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, there you go. Bring him over to the camera. Now, yeah, you got to bring a fish in front of you, Brett, because you're such a big guy. There you go. Bring him down just a little bit, would you?
Oh, he's really long.
What a beauty. Nice. Beautiful job. Oh, man. Wow, this is a good fish here, folks. Man, these fighting. That was a deep break line fish. They're right on the break. Yeah. Deep fighter too. Deep fighter. Just a deep fighting battle and bruiser. Oh my goodness gracious. My goodness. That's a wrist breaker. Can't even see him yet. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Look at how big that fish is. There you go. Oh, that is a tank. Wow, what do you think? Find the biggest structure in the lake and find a monster. Whoa, what do you think of that one? My goodness. Wow. We'll be right back. Wow. Go, girl.
This featured segment is brought to you by the Musky Shop.
You know, when we're target fishing shorelines and stuff and looking for areas with nooks and crannies and trying to find something different, one of the things people don't do during the day is topwater fish, and I'm fishing with one of the new downsizer prototypes here, 710. Mm-hmm. And the reintroduced, should have never gone away, Dancing Raider. And I scored big time.
You did. That was a great fish. Great fish.
Yeah, just fun TV. Rich, tell the folks quickly about what I'm trying to accomplish with fishing this stick on this. It's essentially, I'm fishing a big bass walk the dog, small musky walk the dog topwater lure.
Yeah, and you know, new trends are developing in the musky market where a lot of guys are starting to downsize. Baits are getting smaller. Well, we have to react to that with some rods to specialize with these smaller baits, and that's what we're really doing up here this week, is testing out some new rods that will fit into the Legend Tournament lineup. They'll be a little bit different in the fact that they'll be designed for the lighter, smaller baits. I don't want to call it finesse, but it is a lighter, smaller system than what most guys are accustomed to.
Well, you know, and really the rod, this specific rod that I'm fishing with today is really a finesse bait rod. You know, I mean, I'm twitching minnow baits with it. I'm twitching smaller musky topwaters with it.
Yep,
especially
exactly.
these, you know, these zigzag baits, these minnow baits with creating hang time and trying to twitch them next to cover. And that's exactly what happened here, folks. Is we have a bright skies. You know, we've had fish just locked up tight to cover, and most musky anglers just bomb cast these spots and come zooming right through.
Yeah.
And we're slowing down and just really picking them apart. And I mean, when you watch the video, you'll see that I make a super tight cast. And one of the things about both the rod outfit with the 710 and this lure is it's just a bullet. So you can just, once you get a good over-the-shoulder style of casting, and all you have to do is control the distance, you're gonna lay that baby right where it needs to be.
Yeah, great job.
Thank you. And one last thing. When you're working these zigzag baits, slack line. Don't be in a hurry. We've talked about this before on Chaz Martin episodes as well. We featured hang time. When you're working these baits through cover, don't be in a hurry to get it away from cover. Because once you're away from cover, you might as well bring it in fast.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah, but you know, when you're near the cover, you'll create a little extra slack. You create the extra slack on these zigzag baits, you get more pronounced zigzag action. The more you tighten it up, the less zigzag you get. So loosen your line, create more slack in your line with less retrieve, and you get that exaggerated zigzag. And then when you set the hook, if you don't get a good hook set, start backing up. Of course, I think I backed up a little too far. Watch this episode and you'll see what I mean. Wind is tough.
There she is.
Help me up,
got
Rich.
it?
Help me up, help me up. How about that for television, folks? How about that for television? 30 years I've never done that. Set the hook and fell down in the boat. Oh, where's my hat? I think it's gone.
I don't know.
Oh,
You survived that one?
oh yeah. Thanks for the assist, Rich. Let's get her.
I gotta say, 30 years, I've never picked anybody up out of the boat either.
There we go. Nice big one, huh? Rich, cast and get my hat. See, it's floating over there. You know, folks, Rich is going to go cast and get my hat. My hat's floating out behind us. Only 4 or 5 guys in the world could do that.
4 or 5 guys in the world, you got one of them in your boat. There's my catch, there's Joe's.
Just bring it right over here, would you? Just bring it right over here. Thank you, Rich. Oh, okay. Dancing Raider fish, folks. Dancing Raider. Those of you who haven't fished the Dancing Raider yet, we bought it back. I'm glad we did. I don't know why we ever put it in mothballs. And there is a classic Dancing Raider fish right there, my friends. Oh, big beast too. Take it easy here, girl. Oh, what a beautiful fish, huh? What a beauty. How about that for wild, unscripted television, folks? I fell down in the boat setting the hook. Fish was coming at me and I wasn't about to give it any slack line. No matter what it takes, don't give them slack line. You ain't gotta fall down the boat. Then you gotta get your buddy to pick you back up. Appreciate that, Rich, thanks.
No problem.
We'll see you next week. Help me up, Rich. Help me up. Help me up.
Fishing with Joe Bucher is brought to you by Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen. Evinrude E-Tech G2, the outboard that changed everything. St. Croix, best rods on earth. Yeti, built for the wild. Joe Bucher Outdoors, still #1 in big game fishing products. And by your Wisconsin Chevy dealers.